Hello, I'm Genevieve Lewis and welcome to Print 7 News, bringing you the latest stories from the last week in the print industry. This week, Bishops puts pedal to the metal for Euro's final. Marabu becomes a climate neutral company. Antalis on how it's working to be green. And SAI launches training business for print. First, Bishops printers worked overtime to produce programmes for the UEFA Euro 2020 tournament. Following England's victory over Denmark in the semi-finals, the cup final print run almost doubled overnight to 40,000 programmes. Bishops worked at record speed to print and hand deliver them in time for the final. The company is currently reprinting another 36,000 copies for fans who want a bit of the magic surrounding England's first major final for 55 years. Next, Marabu is an ink manufacturer for the packaging industry. This month, the company is believed to have become one of the first ink manufacturers to become climate neutral. The company says climate protection is a particular concern and has launched a Project Green initiative. Through this, Marabu works to reduce its emissions wherever possible by using green electricity, energy saving schemes, mobility concepts, or environmentally friendly materials. Now, another company with sustainability at the forefront of operations is paper and packaging distributor Antalis. The company has been implementing a number of initiatives within the business and to its customers in a bid to be greener. Cara Seven spoke to Chris Green, Director of Visual Communications at the company, who told us more about what the company has been doing.
What we did was create a promotion that really works on the basis of partnership. So partnership being obviously the more that you spend with Antalis, the more opportunities there were in terms of things that we could benefit the company in return. And that ranged over a number of different factors. And as I say, at the core, it was about sustainability. So, we had the Mercedes van was the primary prize. But underneath that, we did lots of other different things like tree planting, and we planted in the end around about 5,100 trees. There was a gifting of sustainable paper that we did. And also when we was looking at the kind of overall things that we could do at the time, there was an offer to obviously pay to a charitable donation as well. That was within the scope, as well as carbon offsetting. So, all those things, helped along the way for our customers in terms of what we was giving back. So we cover a number of markets from paper to viscom to packaging. All are going in the same direction, across the board, whether it's legislation that's in place, and we see that very much within our packaging business at the moment, where the single packaging plastics tax is coming in place next year. So you have to look at that, and these things have a commercial impact, and we have to plan for those, plan for alternatives in terms of products. But we see it across every sector. So I think legislation, whether it's just the general social responsibility of companies, I think a lot of companies now have very strong CSR policies in place. I still feel it's embryonic in terms of a market and where we go in. People have different angles. Some people talk about carbon, some people talk about recycled content, some people talk about, in the world of visual communications, PVC free. I think the general consensus is that we're going in a direction now and we're not going backwards. And I think underpinning that is a lot of work that's been done from manufacturers and distribution like ourselves in saying, look, have we got the range to facilitate this as well? Because if you go back a number of years, we probably didn't have the product portfolio that we have today. And the portfolio back a number of years was certainly more expensive than some of the products that we have available today. So that commercial factor, that commercial band is now starting to close. So, from a commercial perspective, it's also becoming viable. But as I say, I think the direction's going there, and Antalis have seen that for a number of years now, and we're very much heavily investing in that.
And finally, software company SAI has launched a new business which aims to revolutionise training in the sign and print industries. As equipment and software changes all the time, it can be hard to keep up with the latest updates. Addendo offers a platform in which members can access one-on-one training and support from experts, as well as workshops and classes via Zoom. That's all for this week's Print 7 News, but for now you can stay up to date with all of the news in the industry at printmonthly.co.uk, view much more video content over on our Print 7 News YouTube channel, or join in with the conversation on Twitter and LinkedIn. We will see you next week.